as far as their maintenance, and he protects the family. And it was clear, that's what a man does. She was very clear. What she did was she kept the house clean, she kept the kids in order, she cooked the food, and she took the money and distributed it properly. But now here comes a new equation. He comes home, and today it's still being felt. He doesn't know what it is to be a man anymore. I mean, women, and it's not your fault, please don't think it's your fault. It's what happened to our social structure. So now we have men today, since World War II, don't know how to be a man. Now your grandfather told you, boy, you want to be a man, you put your foot down in your house. Your answer is not my house. Some of you get it later. See, when a woman meets a guy today, he's in trouble. Why? First of all, she owned her own house already. She got her BMW. She got money in the bank. She looking fine. She got a refrigerator with food in it. And then she says, I want you to be my man. And the guy goes, okay. So how do I be that? And she says, take care of me. He said, okay, I'll buy your house. I got that. I'll buy your car. I got that. I'll give some money. Got too much of that. I'll buy some food. Got that. So how do I be a man? Don't know. Just be a man. See the problem? So he's frustrated. So what does he do? The only thing that he has left that you don't have is his strength. So the result is domestic abuse. That's the one thing he could always say, he could give you that. It's very serious. He physically abuses you. And that's why domestic violence is so high. Because we got a male in crisis who is frustrated at misunderstanding what manhood means. Because you see, in the past, womanhood and manhood was measured by the roles that they played. But now the roles are gone. 40 years ago, the man brought home the bacon. Today, the woman owns the pig. Am I right? What do you do when the woman makes more money than you? Men fall apart. They don't know what to do with that. They don't know, well, how am I supposed to feel like a man if you make more money than me? See, and he feels this crisis inside. And that's why it's important for you to come to a conference just to learn not only that that is happening, but what do you do about that? And whether the way we measured womanhood and manhood is the way it should have been measured. Let me just say this very quickly too, that nowhere in the Bible does God ever tell a woman to cook. It's not in Scripture. In other words, matter of fact, here's a surprise. In the Bible, if you study the Bible carefully, the men cooked. Uh-oh. Matter of fact, if you want to marry a good man, first question, can you cook? Very important. Do you remember when Isaac was about to die? This guy's on a deathbed. Now, you know, when someone's dying, they want the best meal. Isaac was married, but he said, look, I don't want you to cook, baby. I want your son to cook that soup that he cooked. It was the men that cooked. I would tell men, if you really want to follow Jesus, you got to learn to cook. They look at me strange. I said, well, let's study it. How many men want to be like Jesus? They always hold their hands up. Want to be like Jesus. I said, good. Then study Jesus. Jesus was a cook. You remember when the disciples went out fishing after the resurrection? It says he cooked fish and bread on the shore for them and fed them when they came in. See, he cooked boiled fish and Johnny cake. Real men cook. Say it with me. Real men cook. You go home and tell them that, all right? So see, what I'm trying to get you to understand is that the roles have been confused with the purpose. A woman is not a woman because she cooked. It's another way to identify your womanhood. A man is not a man because he brings home money. Matter of fact, if you study the scriptures carefully again, this is very weird for some of you to understand, but in the East they still do this. The men actually stay in the tent. The women go and take the sheep and goats out. It's reversed. The men stay home in the Middle East. The women go out and become shepherds. Very rare to have real men as shepherds. You know, some of you think that men are always shepherds. Not necessarily. Most of those cultures, the women are the ones that go out and watch the sheep, because the men stay at home in the tent to protect the treasures of the tent. So, historically speaking, the man's place was in the home. Some of y'all looking shocked. It's getting quiet in here. That's why you're here, because I want you to understand that staying home doesn't make you a woman. That's still a role, you see. You're confusing the role with your inherent purpose. And that's why we're here tonight. I want to show you from the Bible what the purpose of a woman is. It's going to blow your mind. You are an awesome creature. Awesome creature. First of all, the female controversy is a big one. And that is the role, the position, the rights, the privileges, the expectation, and the relationship of the female in our society is our biggest argument. How much power should a woman have? Should a woman be a leader? Can a woman lead? Should a woman be the head or not of a home? Can a woman lead a company? I mean, people get, should a woman be a preacher? Should a woman be a pastor? All these confusing questions people have about women. And mostly it's men who got those problems with women. Some societies have even gone to the extreme, because they perceive women as personal property. If you go to the Middle East, it's still this way. It's as if they own women as property. Women are seen as that domestic slave. They actually see women as simply being born to take care of their needs. It's men's attitude. Some see women as chattel, and this is still real. They sell women on the block in many cultures. Women are also seen as simply objects of sexual gratification. Many men see women as something to conquer. They don't respect this beautiful creature. They see it as a sex object. Then we see the attitude of women as personal servants. Go this, get that, fix that, iron that, cook that, just like slaves. And then we get men who think that women are inferior to them. You could never be as smart as me, they say. Men are more intelligent. Men are have more wisdom. Women need men to guide them. This attitude that women are inferior. It's still a problem today. And then we get this attitude that women are unintelligent. Some women got a PhD, but they still won't give you promotion, because they measure intelligence a little differently than academics. Some of you are struggling with that. Some of you went and got degrees and went to night school and come back, and they still won't promote you, because there's this unspoken attitude that you don't measure up. And then there are those who think that women are weak. What a tragedy. Let me tell you something. The most dangerous creature on earth is a woman. My wife read it tonight. Solomon says she can destroy a king. I'm going to show you why a woman is so dangerous tonight. You are powerful. Awesome power. And only smart men know how powerful women are. It's the dumb man who thinks you're not powerful. He's the one you get. That's the one you get. You got him. He thinks you're not powerful, see? You are awesome. I'm going to show you how Jesus thought about this as well. It's worthy of abuse. You know, after all, she's not as equal, so men abuse women. What a tragedy. I was in a session last night, in a counseling session, and heard a story of this woman going through some problems, and I was like, if I could find this guy, I would drag him in the alley and take a baseball bat and pray first. And then I will beat him, kill him, and tell God he died.